Hi guys, I'm High Power. Thanks for clicking on the video. Today's gonna be a different intro. Right now you are looking at my 3D printer, and I probably get what you are asking. Why the hell are we looking at your 3D printer? Why are you even showing us this? Um, I've already asked myself that question, and the answer to that is at the end of the video. I'm gonna be going over a whole bunch of stuff that involves the channel, um, and involves why I'm even showing you the 3D printer. I felt like before I go and make the kick layer tutorial that literally only one of you's voted for, I figured I'd go ahead and uh, make a video about another topic that I have some interest in before I go heavy on something else, music production. Trust me, I tried to make it as interesting as I possibly could, while also trying to retain my seriousness of fixing my machine. So without further ado, welcome to the channel. If you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe, as this channel is all about music production, DJing, and, well, you're going to see at the end of the video. Enjoy my pain fixing this bastard. So essentially what my problem was is, and there's my awesome job at keeping the wires up out of the way, was filament got jammed in the tube, and when it was extracting, it broke inside the tube. You could still see some pieces, like one right here and then one right here. I just used pieces of a fucking bottle rocket thing, and you can see the bottle rockets right here. I could light those right now if I wanted to. Ran it through, took some out. Now I gotta heat some bitch up and clean off that tip, because that looks nasty. Oh, hey, some screws. Those will go. Alright, kids, the screws are in. I'm gonna leave these for last, because those are pretty difficult to put in and take out. I also had to actually bolt down the nut, because if I didn't, I'd be squirting hot plastic everywhere, like a schoolgirl squirting for her senpai, but we're not going to get into that. I'm going to throw in this filament here, and I'm going to print myself another... God fucking... Bam. Another... I should pick that up. That's for the 3D printer, too. There we go. I'm going to print myself another phone stand. 20% larger, because the hole on this is too small for my charging cable. And then I hope it works.
Ah, don't fucking fall on me. Don't fall on me. You are a fucking $200 piece of machinery. God damn.
Oh, fuck. My fucking hair. Where's the cable?
You're a bastard. You're a cunty cunt. Hello, Japanese writing. Homies, what the fuck is you doing? Cranberries. That's a false hope click. I fucking knew it. Come on, bro. Almost there. Holy fucking shit. Kinda looks like I bent the shit out of it, but I fucking hope it's on, though.
Alright, let's make sure she turns on. Well, I mean, why wouldn't she? Okay, so right now we're in the main menu of my printer. If I go to print, it's going to tell me that there's no SD card, so I don't even know why I hit that. I know how to use this machine. We're going to go to tools, because I need to make sure this is level, so we're going to go to home. Home all. And let's hope that the print head didn't get fucked up in height. Well, I mean, that doesn't really do any help for me other than home the fucking thing. So we're gonna go to Axis. The Y-axis I want. Oh, fuck. the X, Z, damn. Z axis I want up on. I want to move the bed out a little further. Move the head more towards the middle. Alright, scallywags. Printer's up to temperature. I'm gonna hit filament in. I'm gonna stick it through the sensor and jam it in the hole. It's not pushing the rest of the red filament. Yeah, I know. Alright, this is not right at all. God, fuck. Why are you trying? Alright, should we try to run the filament again, or how do we think it's looking? Because I really don't want to stop recording or take this off again. Oh, shit. Worst part is, it's right where I showed you before. This piece here won't move. Alright, I have this piece of wire. It's always when things are going perfectly well that they have to go to shit. And this is really flocking difficult one-handed. Why are you popping up? No, fuck the focus enhancer. I don't know how, but I managed to take the tube off. It's right there at the fucking end, bro. Here's one. Whoa! That was really oh, that's... Yeah, it's all melted there. That's from the extruder. I should really extract my filament when I'm done printing. I'm gonna start doing that from now on. Okay, so what I learned about back here while I was taking it apart, this here is a little screw piece, and there's a nut inside along with a spring, and that spring holds on to this lever. What it does is the lever, when I put the filament through the hole, pushes the filament up against the gear to be thrown up in there. It's all the ways to the right, which means it's completely tight. It means it's the closest to the head is the closest to the nut, leaving a lot of space for the spring, making this really movey. If I loosen this nut, which is inside here tightening the spring, it makes it a little tougher to move that. So I think if just making it a little tougher to move, maybe it'll actually stick to the gear. And I'm gonna fucking cry if that's all it was. So, tube has no filament. Head's in. I just have to screw it in. Alright, round 2 is some bullshit. I'm gonna wait till it gets hot first, but I'm just gonna put it in the sensor so it knows. 185, 187, 189, 191, 193. Come on. There we go. I like that sound. It's being pushed through the machine.
Kind of stupid I'm putting my fingers in a hot spot, but it is what it is. You know me. Whoa, what?
Temperature sensor abnormal.
Damn it! That's the white wire! Fuck!
I fixed one fucking thing, another thing fucking comes up. Now my temperature sensor's fucking out of here. You wanna know what that thing was? I'll show you.
Cranberries.
Dudes and dudettes, it seems to be pulling. Which is awesome because it was doing that fine before. Oh, what the fuck? There's the filament. It's coming down past this yellow thing. It's going in a lot easier than it was before. And it's still going, and that's really surprising because it was a fucking issue. There we go. I'm gonna try and print a ding ding. Hopefully this thing prints. Okay, it looks like it's going so far.
Alright, it's currently 12:30, and now I can actually have a nice little sit-down talk with you. Why am I even showing you this in the first place, alright? Well, first thing is, my channel isn't all about music. It's the main focus of my channel, but there is more to branch out into that is really nice and helpful to understand. I mean, yeah, it is kind of hard to just taste those waters a bit and experiment without jumping in that pool, but there is definitely some things to take away from this. I mean, of course my channel works with music, but I'm all about audio and video, computers and other technology like my 3D printer. I have a whole bunch of gear. I have Volca drum machines. I have a DJ controller. I'm going to be reviewing different types of gear and doing videos on those, hardware and software. And I also do engineering. That's mainly 3D modeling. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff that I'm going to be doing on top of music. Another thing is, it's something that I'm really passionate about. Like I said before, I do like engineering and problem solving. It's awesome to see things I make and want just come to life straight from the machine here. I mean, have you ever wanted something so bad that you just downloaded it? I mean, come on, that's pretty badass. And there's a whole bunch of things I can do with this. I have a bunch of video ideas planned with this. For example, I do want to make some 3D printed instruments, so that way I can make probably a song with only 3D printed instruments. That's a nice video idea and a nice project. Print decorations for my room or producer themed stuff. Yeah, a little bit more on the stupider side, but that's a personal thing. 3D prints for artists and creators. I mean, I need a camera gimbal. I need better desk organization. Like I said, I'm gonna be making another one of these things because this one was just a little bit too small. I mean, that's kind of perfect. And lastly, it's a wonderful nice to know. There's so many things just about the technology that can be applied anywhere else. Alright? For example, alright, if you're a producer, we, as in the community, kinda expect you to know your computers. That's your connections, your file formats, storage formats. You need to have some ability to understand software. If that's your music software or anything else that you use, you should be able to experiment, play with it, without the fear of messing anything up or not knowing. I mean, that's the thing, you don't know, play. You definitely need to understand your computer's operating system and file system. That's for people who run Windows and Mac OS. I mean, if you're a Linux user, yeah, you should understand it too, but I mean, you are pretty limited with Linux. I can't say too much, but what I can say is I can teach Ubuntu. I'm going to be running a Minecraft server on Ubuntu. But what do I mean by you should know connections, storage formats, files? Explain more. Well, first, I'm going to start off with something that's commonly confused. Cables. I have them in my hand, but you're going to see them on screen. This blue one came with my 3D printer. This right here is called USB. Okay, this is the USB that plugs into all of your devices. This type of connector I have on the back of my Snowball, my DJ controller, and obviously the printer. It came with the printer. This connector is your USB-A, which most people commonly refer to this as USB. Not incorrect. It made everything about USB much simpler because if I tell you, hey, can you pass me that USB cord, you know instantly what to look for. So USB type A, most commonly referred to USB. Regular USB for plugging in your devices, it's not too known because it goes into your devices. Once you unplug it, you probably don't even know what it is. Now this right here is a Type-C phone charger. Here are the two ports on it. USB Type A, this one's a 3.0, you can tell because of the blue. And this is USB Type C, you can tell because it's ovular. And that is not to be confused with the old school micro USB, which is more of a trapezoidal shape. Very easy to confuse, but another way to confuse them that is such a pet peeve to me is a lot of people refer to them both as Android chargers. Now, if someone says an Android charger, I think of this trapezoid one. I mean, come on, look at it. That looks like it came from fucking 2008. Alright, you plug it into a BlackBerry, alright? That's a phone charger. Type-C, I don't think of this as Android. I think of this as Type-C. Alright, I don't see this as the Android cable. This is the Android cable. This I see as Android moving to something better. And even Apple is switching to it. Are you still going to refer to this as an Android cable? Come on, make up your mind. Now, yeah, Android does use it, but again, one's referred to as Android cable. Now that's me. Most people still refer to this as Android. So whatever you call it, it's whatever you call it at this point, but just know that there is a difference between the two. Now, moving on to storage formats, this right here is just an average USB stick. Everyone knows what a USB stick looks like. It's either a slider or it's a black or whatever colored stick with a USB port sticking out of it, alright? Yeah, we know what they look like, and we know that they're for transferring files. Some people have actually never heard of these, and it's quite sad. These are SD cards. Now, what an SD card is, it's essentially it is the same thing as a USB stick. It's just that they're not USB. Right? These have a specific slot because they are used for other things than just your desktop computer. I mean, yeah, you go ahead and you plug them into your slot for them that's on your computer, which nowadays most computers don't even have the slots, and it's quite sad. Little story before I continue. I go to a tech school. I'm in an audio-visual class, and we used iMacs for video editing, hence why I got a MacBook. And they had SD card readers, but the problem is, they were the older iMacs. Every 3 years they upgrade the computers, and we just got the 2021 iMacs last year. And it is sad because they don't have the SD card slot. And it pisses me off because we had to buy specific adapters, which is the next thing we're going to get into. This here is an SD card adapter. So if you want to plug an SD card into USB, you go ahead, find whichever way has all the prongs, and then you jam it in that way. And then you can use it as a USB stick. And then you can go ahead and pull it out, and then if this has your STL files, or my bad, STL you have to slice. If this holds your G-code files for 3D printing, throw that in your 3D printer. If this holds game files for either a retro game player console or a fucking, what else do you call it? Whatever the case may be, SD cards are for more than just computers, so adapters are definitely necessary, and it's nice to know your SD cards too. I mean, come on. They look like they're for the DS. These things are flipping cool. To everybody, if you're new or if you've been subscribed, whatever the cases may be, there's a whole bunch of stuff to go over, and it's a whole bunch of stuff that I feel is going to help you either in your production career or helping you with technology in general. Oh, fuck. It is 1:30. I cannot believe this printer took 7.5 hours. I've been doing this since 6. Well, needless to say, if you guys enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment, and suggest. What would you guys like to see me print? What other uses could you see me with the printer? What videos of the printer would you like to see? Do you not want to see it? Whichever. Alright, kids. With all that being said...